Hello there. I'm Magnus, Product Manager for Climbing Gear here at Mammut. Today I want to share with you some tips on how to take care of your rope and give you some insights on how to make your rope last as long as possible. Having a clean rope not only helps the rope last a lot longer and function better when belaying, but it also just feels, looks and is nicer to use clean. With that said, washing a rope couldn't be easier. Just throw it into the wash machine. You can wash it by hand in the bathtub, but it's a lot more work. Use a mild detergent. I recommend an environmental friendly one and set to wash at 30 degrees. Once washed, lay the rope to dry in a cool place. Never hang it up to dry or leave it in the sun or on a heater, and never tumble dry it. How long a rope lasts depends on the usage. Our ropes, they have a 10 years shelf life, meaning if you never use the rope, you should still retire it after 10 years. As a general guideline, our ropes, they last 1 year if you climb once a week. These are just the general guideline, and it is possible that the rope can get damaged the first time you go climbing and you have to replace it. The production year is visible on the marking which you find at the end of the rope, as well as on the packaging. And I recommend that you save this information somewhere safe, since the marking might wear off with time. To try a certain area of your rope to check if it's good or not is that you make a loop like this and you put pressure on it, and the rope should still have a little bit of resistance, and you can still see through the loop. If you take an old rope like this one here and you do the loop and you put pressure on it, this little hole disappears. There's no resistance in the rope. And this means it's time to retire this one. Certain situations where you should retire your rope. Always retire your rope when it's been exposed to acids. It can be that the acid is not visible on the sheet, but it has affected the core of the rope. The best way to prevent this from happening is to always store your rope in a rope bag and keep it away from acid. So never place the rope bag next to any old car batteries. A sharp edge is another obvious enemy of the rope. When rappelling, it's important that you avoid them, and the best way of doing so is using longer quick draws where needed. This allows you to reduce the rope drag and let the rope run smoothly. The best way for cutting your rope is if you have a heat cutter like this one. If you don't have it at home, there's another way. For this, you need some tape, a lighter and a sharp knife. And the way you do it is that you apply the tape where you want to cut the rope. Apply it with a little bit of pressure, as hard as you can. Then you take your knife, you cut through tape. Now we'll come to the important part. Take your lighter, you heat up the rope, and then just press together so that sheath and the core, that they bond with each other. After cutting your rope, be aware that the center mark is no longer in the middle of the rope. To solve this is also to cut the second end of your rope. And also, after cutting your rope, do remember to measure your rope, and then you can take your Edding 3000 and you can mark on the rope how long it is. Now, when climbing, always use a tarp like this one, and For storage, put the rope and the tarp to the rope bag. Now this helps protecting the rope against chemicals as well as things that could cut or get stuck on the rope. Store the rope when it's dry or leave the rope bag open until it is. Always store the bag itself in a cool place. The main mistake people make is keeping the rope bag in the trunk of their car, and here the temperature can vary greatly and it can be too cold or too warm depending on where you live. Let me show you how to coil your rope for a neat storage. So now to coil the rope, take it like this, an arm length, and just keep on pulling like this. Now, once you've done the whole rope, take it in your left hand like this, make a little loop like that, and you start turning the rope. Just make sure you turn it a little bit tight. Then pull your end through the loop and tighten it up. And now the rope is neatly coiled and ready for your next climb.